Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I've actually shot this video already once in April, but I'm shooting it again because when I was editing this video, I actually found it really irrelevant and I was just blabbering a lot. So I decided to make this video a bit short and shoot it again. So as you have seen from the title, I'm gonna be talking about my top 5 K-dramas to watch. I guess this video actually has a lot of relevance at the moment because we all are stuck and we all are watching Netflix or like series all the time. So I guess these recommendations could be good for you guys. You can watch something new and also tell me in the comment section if you have already watched it or if these dramas which I would be talking about are in your watch list. Without further wait, let's just get started with the list. The first drama on my list is Fight My Way, and this is really a very underrated drama, although I really love the storyline and I find it really strong. It's about 4 friends who come to Seoul for bigger dreams and to achieve everything they want to in life, but then life happens and they are not able to. They are not educated enough to get what they want or get the job of their dreams, or sometimes there's just too much politics in the workplace. And then how strong-headed they are and how they pave their way in the industry is what the story is all about. I find it really refreshing because not many K-dramas at that time which came out were about this kind of a story plot, because everything was more of like rich boy poor girl kind of a thing, but then this was like the boy and the girl were on an equal level, and I guess that was what made the story really realistic and interesting. To watch the first episode, go to the description and there will be a link. Now the next drama which I'm going to be talking about is Romance is the Bonus Book, and I really love this drama. It is readily available on Netflix, so if you have a Netflix subscription you can go and watch the episode 1. Giving you guys a gist of the story, well, the female lead in this story, her name is Kangdani, and when the whole drama starts, it is like she's going through a very rough time in her life. She's getting a divorce and then she suddenly becomes homeless because her husband leaves her. She has no job and then she has to find a job and kind of sustain herself because her daughter lives abroad for her boarding school, and she does not want her to know that she's going through so much. And at her time she used to be a really successful lady, but she left all her job and her ambitions for her family, but then at the end she received nothing. So that side of the drama is really emotional and I still remember. I really felt sad for the character. And now talking about the main lead, so actually the main lead is Lee Jong-suk, and he is like young and he is really very talented. He has achieved a lot more than even people of his age can achieve. He's also a writer and editor in a company, and he and Kangdani both are like childhood friends. They have been like a brother-sister relationship, not blood related, but then like they know each other since childhood. And in this the story, the female lead is way older than the male lead, so it is like how love booms between two individuals irrespective of their age and like how they treated themselves before. I also liked almost all the characters of the drama. I might not mention them because then it becomes too long. Again, the OSTs are bomb, so if you really want to listen to them, I'll link them in the description and also the episode 1 to watch. Now the third drama on my list is Drinking Solo, and I'm amazed how much underrated this drama is again. I watched it last year when I was studying for my exams, so I was kind of really relating to this drama and that's why I loved it so much. And this drama deals with an institute which prepares students for civil exams in Seoul. They have shown that these exams are very hard to crack and a lot of students try, but then a lot of people drop out also because they have already tried a lot and now they have to find another way of earning and everything. So it's a really competitive field filled with students and teachers hustling and studying and just going towards one goal, which is becoming a civil servant and passing the exams. So this story not just covers the life of a student, but also life of teachers in the institute. And well, you might be wondering why is the name Drinking Solo if it's about an institute and students. Well, I guess the drinking culture in Korea is really dominant, and they show that after a very hard day they go back to their homes, they sit and they have a can of beer, and then they just sit by themselves and reflect, or just kind of eat food, drink and reflect on what they have done the whole day. And that is when they come up with realizations, and then they kind of just change their way of outlook and something like that. I guess that's why the name is Drinking Solo. I really liked this drama, and I guess I could really relate to it, because when I watched it I was like really studying a lot, and I was going to institutes, this institute to that institute, and I also had a goal. I also wanted to crack this national exam, and I wanted to go to a good college, so I guess I could really relate to it. And if you're going through the same, because in India the exams are not over at the moment, they will be happening after some months, so yeah, I guess you will also be able to relate to it. You can go and watch the episode 1, it will be linked in the description box. Now the fourth drama on my list is Pinocchio. Again, this is one of my most favorite ones, and I actually watched it really way back, I guess in class 10th or 11th, I don't really remember. Well, the main highlight of this drama is that how much news can impact our lives. We all know that the news industry is really vast, and how sometimes fishy it can be. It can put out wrong news just for higher viewership, and that's what it highlights. Now the main lead of the drama again is Lee Jong-suk, and his family gets destroyed because of the news reported which was wrong against his father, and somehow it just brings a lot of shame to the family, and his mother could not take it anymore, so she decides to suicide with his son. Then somehow Lee Jong-suk survives, and he kind of lives his life ahead to become a news reporter, because he wanted to find out who was the real person behind his dad's death, or the real reporter who actually reported his dad's death. And he wanted to have that justice, because he knows how much fake news is all around. Also, the female lead Park Shin-hye, she also kind of becomes a news reporter later in life with Lee Jong-suk. Now, why this story is called Pinocchio is that they have created this imaginary syndrome known as Pinocchio syndrome, which is that you cannot speak lies, and if you do, you start getting hiccups, and that's when the person can understand that you are lying. And the female lead actually has this syndrome, so she cannot lie, and because of which she decides to become a news reporter. So it is really interesting, and I guess this was a drama in which I impatiently wanted to watch every single episode, because every single episode was so quick, and it was like the drama was really moving fast, not too fast, but then yes, it wasn't wasting my time, and I really wanted to know what was happening next. So yeah, I really liked this one too. You can watch the first episode, the link will be in the description. Now the final drama on my list is again not very famous, so I'm really very shocked, and its name is Because It's My First Life. I don't really know why isn't so mainstream, maybe because the story is very different. It is based on like a modern kind of a love story. I guess it is more about how people tend to start liking each other slowly with time. It's the life is not what you see in K-dramas, although this is also a K-drama. It's majorly about the female lead who's almost 30, and although she has studied from a huge university and she could have had a really bright future in front of her, she wanted to become a writer by this time. People expected her to become a really mainstream writer. She was still writing ads or like just doing some side jobs, and she did not even have her home house. She could not be independent. So how she meets Nam Se-hee, who lets her stay in her house so he can get some rent and he could pay off his loans. So that is really the main part of the story, and then her friends also like kind of have their own problems. One of them is really very talented and is doing really well in her job, but then she suffers some sexual harassment in her office. And then there's one friend of hers who wants to get married with her boyfriend, which is like they have had a relationship since a lot of years, but then she could not because of some problems. And then like it's really chill. I guess this is one of the slowest dramas I've watched. Like Pinocchio was really fast and this was like really slow, but I still don't feel the need of the drama to go really fast, because that's what is the beauty of it. It just unfolds slowly. Drama has one of the best dialogues I've ever seen. I mean, you get wallpapers of Kdramas on Pinterest, right? So one of the lines of it was so beautiful. I don't exactly remember it. Maybe I'll just pop it up on the screen. I guess, you know, this drama is one of the most meaningful ones and the most relatable ones, I guess. So you can watch this drama too. I will link the first episode in the description. And again, I guess this is on Netflix, so if you have a Netflix subscription, you can watch it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this time I have shot it well. Make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I shall see you guys in my next video. Till then, be safe. Bye bye.